Welcome to the Madrax Bike Room Builder tutorial. I'm Ryan Caldwell, and I'm here to guide you through the functions of our bike room builder and show you how you can design your own bike room. Let's get started by learning how to access the builder. To access the builder, log on to our website and select the Bike Room Builder tab on our homepage banner. Alternatively, you can access the builder by selecting a bike storage product. Please note that you will have to log in to access the Bike Room Builder, but it's free to create an account, so you can use it at any time. Once you're logged in, you can start a new project or resume an existing one. Keep in mind that you can only have one project saved per account at a time. If this is your first time using the configurator, select Start a New Project. The Bike Room Builder defaults in 2D view and starts off as a 10 by 10 foot square-shaped room. You can toggle between the 2D and 3D view by selecting the buttons at the top left-hand corner of the bike room display. Note that any and all configurations to the bike room must be done in 2D view, and 3D view is strictly for viewing the models. At the top right-hand corner of the bike room display, you can click on the green paper icon with the lowercase I. This opens up a condensed version of the how-to guide for using the bike room, which covers all basic controls and features. To the right of the bike room display window are your main customization controls. These include your room options, product selection, product customization, and a summary of your work. We'll go over them a little more later. At the bottom of the bike room display window are buttons that allow you to zoom in and out of the display. You can use your scrolling wheel on your mouse or use 2 fingers on your trackpad to zoom in or out. Next to the zoom in and out buttons is the undo button, which allows you to take back your most recent edits to the bike room. Note that you can only undo edits made in this session, and if a save bike room is loaded, you can't undo any changes made in a previous session. To the right of these controls are 2 toggles, the C dimensions and collision box switches. Toggle the C dimension switch to make the dimensions of your bike room appear or disappear in the viewing window. We'll take a closer look at the collision box toggle once we've begun to put bike products in the room. Directly below these toggle switches is a button that allows you to save your project. As mentioned earlier, you can only save one project per account at a time. Also, your saved bike room lasts for 30 days since your last update to the room. Because the bike room does not save automatically, you will need to press this button anytime before you log out in order to keep your progress, updates, and changes. Frequently save your bike room as you go along so you don't lose any of your progress if you lose internet connection. Now let's take a look at the customization options that the bike room has to offer. Use the Room Options tab to input your room dimensions. Don't worry if your room isn't rectangular in shape, this is just the starting point for your general room size. You have the option to enter the room width and room length in either feet or inches by toggling between the 2 options in the input box. You must press the Enter or Return key on your keyboard after entering each input in order for it to take effect. After I write my room width of 15 feet into the input box, I hit the Enter button on my keyboard and the room immediately changes size. I do the same thing for room length and that change takes effect as well. After these dimensions have been input, you can begin to manipulate the room further, but note that once other aspects of the room begin to change, the dimensions input into this box are unable to be changed. Once you have the basic width and length of the room input, you can left-click on each individual wall to make a group of icons appear. The first icon allows you to split the wall into 2 segments, creating an additional wall that can be manipulated by clicking and holding on the white corner button and moving your mouse. Similarly, pre-existing walls can be altered and manipulated using these white buttons. You can continue to segment the wall into as many pieces as you need. If you want to remove a newly created wall, simply click on the white button and then the trash icon to remove the wall break. Next, we'll look at how to create a curved wall. Begin by left-clicking on the wall you want to be curved and selecting the curve icon. You will notice that once you click on the curve functionality icon, the room option curve radius will auto-populate to the smallest number that the curve radius can be, which in this case is 7 feet and 6 inches. Enter your desired curve radius, in this case I'll enter 12 feet, and you will see the room instantly transform after you press enter. Unlike the room width and length options, you can select your measured curve radius on each individual wall. If you want to create another curved wall with a different radius, simply repeat the process as I am doing now. We'll cover this icon in a little bit. For now, just know that this is one way that you can access products. The last icon we'll touch on in this section is wall drag functionality. If you want to adjust multiple walls at once, select the wall drag icon after clicking on the wall adjoining the two you want to lengthen or shorten. When the double-sided arrows appear, left-click, hold, and drag the wall to your desired position. Once you let go of the mouse button, the wall will be in its new position. If you want to adjust the wall again, simply repeat this process. When you're ready to begin adding products to your room, click the Select Product option on the menu to the right of the Bike Room viewer. Once you open the menu, you will see 3 separate tabs: Wall Products, Surface Products, and Space Blockers. The wall products are products that have the option to attach to a wall through wall mounting. You can also choose non-wall mounted options for some of these products, but because they are primarily mounted to a wall, they're included in this category. You can also access the Wall Products menu by left-clicking on a wall and selecting the listing icon. The Surface Products tab houses all of our products designed to either be in-ground mounted or surface mounted to the floor of a bike room. This includes bike racks, bike lockers, multi-tier bike storage solutions, and other bike room amenities. The Space Blockers tab houses some general space blockers that you can use to better represent your room. We feature both doors and windows that you can use to annex off parts of your room, as well as 2-foot by 2-foot columns that can be used to indicate any other type of barrier present in your room. To place your chosen product in a room, you can either click the blue Add button below the product, or drag and drop the product into the room. If you have the collision box switch toggled on, you should see the blue box around each of your products. This shows the amount of space needed around a product to have it operate properly. Note that when creating aisles, the collision box of a given product will account for half of the space needed for the aisle. Products cannot be placed within the collision box of another object, and instead will have to be moved to the closest possible location. To move your product around the room, simply left-click and hold as you move the mouse around and place the product in your desired location. To rotate the product, left-click on it to select it, and then click and hold the blue arrow next to the product to rotate it. Note that you can move the cursor closer or further from the object, and this will determine the speed at which the product will rotate. The closer the cursor to the product, the faster the object will move. To remove a product from your space, simply click on the product to select it, and then click the X icon that appears next to it. To customize a product, select the Customization icon to open the Customization menu. This menu will appear on the right side of the room viewer, taking the place of the Product Selection menu. Depending on the product you selected, you can see a variety of options that could include mounting options, bike capacity, finish options, and more. Simply select your desired features in order for them to take effect. Although you may not see these changes take effect in 2D view, they will be seen in 3D view. If you want the customization options to affect all products of the same type placed into the room, click the Apply button at the bottom of the Customization menu. To exit the Customization menu, either click into the room viewer again, or the Customization icon at the top of the menu. If you want to duplicate your customized product, select the product by left-clicking on it and pressing the double rectangle icon to copy. A copy of your product will appear in the closest open space. Once you've begun to place customized products into your bike room, it's time to view the room in 3D. To enter 3D, simply click on the toggle in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. You won't be able to edit your room from this view, however, you'll have the ability to see it from any angle. To see some basic controls of the room, click on the question mark icon in the bottom right-hand corner of the room viewer. When using a mouse, left-click and drag to rotate, scroll the mouse wheel to zoom in and out, and right-click to drag and pan. When using a trackpad, double-tap the pad and use one finger to rotate, pinch 2 fingers to zoom in and out, and drag with 2 fingers to pan. To enter full screen mode, click the rectangular icon in the bottom right-hand corner of the room viewer. To exit full screen mode, press the Escape key on your keyboard. Once you're done putting your bike room together, you can share, download, and buy the products that you've put into your room. In the menu to the right of the bike room viewer, select the Summarize Your Work tab. Once in that menu, you can use the Share button at the top right to email a copy of your room to anyone. You'll also be able to see a 2D rendering of your room and a complete item list of what you used. You'll have the option to download this summary into a PDF file with the Download PDF button, as well as the ability to purchase all of your products with the Add to Cart button. If you realize that you aren't quite done with your bike room, or you want to change any of the details seen on this page, click Back to Products in the upper left of the menu to go back to editing. We hope that you found this tutorial helpful. If you have any questions or need any help figuring out the features of this room, please do not hesitate to reach out to a team member either through our chat box on our website or by reaching out to sales@madrax.com. Thank you so much for watching. Have fun building.